Caller, what time's the
Hello! Whoops, hello and welcome to Kansas. Site to race number 15 of the Reebok Truck Series, the first recording underneath the NRSL banner. First race was race 14, but joining me in the booth, why not have Dylan Young and Stephen Pollard III.
the NRSL is real and awesome.
And the Stephen Pollard is real too.
As you can see, though, on the front row we have Kyle Sosnowski, and alongside of him will be Chris Washer.
Ironic enough, Sosnowski with the old INRL thing on the front row.
Yeah,
wow.
it would be even funnier if the one was on the outside, huh?
Indeed.
Row 2, we have Katie Elizabeth and Paul Swanson. Those two have been fast all weekend long. They are the favorites here today. Jake Davis and Hiroshi Kazuyoshi make up row number 3. Kazuyoshi, 41st in the points. Impressive to see him up here. I'm sorry about that. That was my fault. Row 4, Nathan McCain and Jay Stella. And in row number 5, we have 4th in the points, Elijah Workman, and 10th in the points, Trevor Meacham. Starting inside of starting in the 11th spot, we have 11th points, Betty Johnson. The only other thing I'll say about that. And I'll hand it over to Dylan Young and Stephen Pollard for their thoughts and predictions for this race as we go through the rest of the starting grid.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though, being the first race of the newly formed NRSL Hooters Nationwide, wow, I did wrong series I'm thinking of, damn it.
You're thinking of tomorrow.
I'm thinking of tomorrow, plus their Skype logo there. The NRSL Reebok Truck Series. It's gonna be interesting though. A lot of drivers there ready to know. You know what? It's a new. I guess you could say a new day and all that, a new era. And a lot of drivers are ready for it. A lot of drivers are stressed out as they're given the command right there.
Yep.
But we'll see what will happen. And best of luck to these drivers. So I'm looking forward to it. Pollard and Fitzwater starting on the final row, and I believe for Fitzwater it will be his last season this season because technically he is banned. But because I'm a nice person, I will keep him in there. I'm a nice person.
That and it was it was originally that anyway before.
You're welcome, Fitzwater, you fucker.
What happened to Fitzwater?
He was banned.
How did he get banned?
Hold on, I'm going to say this real quickly, and here we go. Avoidance! So, there you go.
And
Pollard?
so your prediction for today's race would be what?
We're going to see a good race here at Kansas. Even though this is the Kansas from before, I should see something interesting. However, I will say the fact is that if Sosnowski and D. Young manage to get 1-2 somehow, no matter what way it will go, boy, oh boy, it will be very, very weird once victory lane comes on by.
Okay, and so who would be your pick to win today?
I'm looking at a driver that is about 13th in the points, William Duncan. I could honestly see him get a good run. He's my pick to win today's race.
That would be his 3rd win of the season. If that would happen, it would most likely vault him into the top 10 points and give him, no doubt, a almost practically clinched chase spot. And as they get ready to get the green flag, we'll hand it over to Pollard for his prediction.
I thought it was a good prediction. Wow, we're gonna have a great clean race. We're gonna see one caution. We can see a few miles like Betty Johnson again.
Going with few mileage again?
Oh, I forgot Bay Johnson was also banned too because it's Boyles' driver. But I'm a nice person. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. So I guess I'm like Santa Claus for this race or something. Who knows?
Well, so my pick real quick, the guy who I mentioned in the beginning, fast all weekend long, I'll go with Paul Swanson, the 03.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. That 03 got close right there. Honestly, with this Kansas, they can't go 4 wide. They can go 3 wide, but 4 wide, it's
yeah,
like
we saw that last season with the Cup Series here. That was bad.
Oh. They should put me. You should put me in the what ride are you talking? Betty Johnson's car. I'll run those
the
2
59.
laps. I'll run the best 2 laps at Kansas in that truck.
Well then, I mean, I'll tell you something though. I mean, this Kansas, I liked it a lot. I mean, I've used it for some NRSL series myself. But even though I'm using the current one that's been used, the new one, I've liked this one though. This one has some really good racing. It's got some really interesting features on the track. Even though this one doesn't use the apron, the new one does. I liked it how it is in this version though. They race very hard and they race aggressive. And 4 wide really doesn't work, but 3 wide is the preferred thing to do to really not make a mistake. But right now, Nathan McCain is the leader right now. Paul Swanson trying to get that 2nd spot in that Geico Toyota Tundra right there.
Yeah, 2 of William Duncan's alter ego drivers here who have not had a very good start to the season. Nathan McCain, his only highlight really was his win at the Daytona race to start the season. Paul Swanson 19th in points, but only with 1 top 5 and 2 top 10s on the season.
Yeah, anytime you win a Daytona race, no matter what series it is, even if it's the 500, I mean, it boosts really well. You get some good notice about it, saying like that guy won the big race right there. I don't blame him. That's really good for McCain,
yeah, that is McCain. Yeah, McCain's the one that won Daytona.
I'm almost mixing myself up there, but you know, I like Swanson though. I've seen him before. You know, he did get a lot of hype when I've seen him in a few series, but right now in this series, he's doing not as bad. But I honestly can see if he can continue like runs like these, get like maybe a win or two. Honestly, I could see him be a good threat for the championship. So it'll be interesting to see what the Geico truck can do.
I think I heard Paul trying to say something there. Yeah.
I know. I didn't know.
My favorite track is Kansas 2013 version 1.1.
Well, we didn't get a chance to talk about points or anything coming in, but we'll try and find the points leader back here. Oh my gosh, he is in a hornet's nest back here. Roman Rahal, the points leader, 36th right now on the track and falling. Comes in with a 10-point lead over the 92 of Alex Hawkins. Let's find out where he's at on the track. There he is, up in 14th.
Safe to say that would be the new points leader instantly right there.
Yeah, PJ Williams, third in the points. Where is he running on the track right now? 27th in truck number 62.
I see one of the drivers is also in the top 10 who's fifth in points. That's D. Young right there. And I believe I thought I saw Workman not long ago.
Workman is running up front. Yeah, he's currently in the 8th spot is where he was scored.
Before you go, look at that. Oh, boy, that was
He's actually on the downfall, though, actually, because, well, here comes Hawkins.
And I was about to say, though, right before you were about to, you know, go to that camera angle, they were in a bad 3, nearly 4 wide situation.
I think I saw the caution lights out.
I think we did.
No, I did. Okay.
Look at that.
It looked like there were.
Meanwhile, Swanson goes for the lead. I saw the points leader is actually in a battle for that 41st position as Swanson's going to get that spot.
Yeah, so Swanson in the lead. PJ Williams, 28 points back. Workman is 31 back. The aforementioned Dylan Young, 33 points back. Where is he running on the track right now? In 21st in a big hornet's nest of his own.
Yeah, but the good news, though, is that he's on the inside line, which is good.
Definitely. Sosnowski's 48 back in 6th. Both Dylan Young and Kyle Sosnowski have finished in the top 10 in half the races so far this season.
Whoa.
Wow,
18.
I saw that, yeah.
That was close.
That was Renzi, who has actually got the sponsor of the race on her truck this week. This is the Arrowhead 150.
It'd be cool if Arrowhead gets the win, though. That'd be a good sponsorship win. They'll probably have a good party.
So far, that hasn't been very good luck yet. I mean, we had the Coma and Wine race. We had Draw Tight sponsor race. Chris Sevier didn't do good in that one either.
Here comes truck number 0 to the inside of that truck as well.
Yeah, the only thing where there... Oh, whoa. Jake Davis up the track.
Oh, I think the 99 hit the wall.
Problems for Bradley Bishop Jr.
Oh, the 16's really far back as well.
That's Nick Pericles in the 16. Wow, a lot of damage to the right side, especially of that Napa Auto Parts Toyota Tundra.
I think what happened was that the 99, and I think that the other truck ahead, I think that was the 02 of Marley, I think that was. I think they made contact, and I think the 99 really pounded the wall, but didn't spin it. Oh, yeah, right there. There's a screech mark right there. Up 2.
The screech mark, tire marks up there could be from Happy Hour. We've seen those all race so far.
Yeah. Right now, McCain trying to retake that lead from Swanson. That 13 truck's been really, really strong.
Especially today. One thing about Betty Johnson, she won at a similar track to this. Chicagoland was her first win of the season. I mean, only difference between this track and that is this back straightaway here.
Yeah, the back straightaway at Chicagoland, it's more just a tiny bit of a turn, and then Kansas is more of a straightaway with a turn, so it's really different. But very, very well, though.
Kyle Collins now grabbing 3rd. Alex Hawkins saying, hey, I'm not just going to grab the lead. I want to go and grab this points lead and do it by a big margin here.
Yeah, and you're speaking about people in the top 10. How about also a few other drivers we haven't talked about? How about Amy Shelley and Seth Cole? We saw Amy Shelley not long ago. I believe she was hanging around the top 20 in the areas. We're on lap 13 and 27.
There is the aforementioned Amanda Shelley just outside the top 10 in a battle with Alex Perkle.
Wow, and I just noticed something. That 54, Preston Flord, I believe that was, He
Yeah, there he
started
is.
in the 41st position, and he is working his way up. Man, that 54 is looking very, very nice. Despite getting past there, give credit to the Camping World Toyota Tundra. Nice run.
Yeah, mentioned this week where Preston will be out of a ride at the end of the season because Charles Jackson signed a deal to drive this truck next season.
Very interesting, though. And there's the 00. That's Cosmic Nova. That's 7th in the points right there.
Yeah, the one thing I did not get to mention on this was and Noble is going to mention James Shelley here, as that's 2 Shelleys. Oh my God, James got into the back of Amanda. Oh boy.
Well then.
But the thought I was going to try and say there about trucks running a sponsored race for them, the only moment of success really was with Bass Pro Shops and James Shelley here at ORP, where James Shelley actually did go out and win that race.
Which was very, very well. And speaking of Shelley, James Shelley, rather, I don't think he took that very well with Amanda Shelley. I don't think so.
Yeah, and for some reason they stacked up just in front of these guys. I don't know where that stack up came from.
I think that maybe from Swanson, because Swanson's fallen some spots there, possibly.
And his teammate William Duncan now going to be able to try and get to the inside. Jermaine,
Teammate and friend.
Yeah, Germain Racing announcing this week that they're going to try and go with a 3-truck effort next season if they can find the drivers for it. Duncan has already signed on for next season.
Yeah, who knows what will happen with Swanson. And honestly, though, Duncan's been a really good driver in the trucks. That's been his good series so far. Right now, he's 13th in the points.
Trying to get up here because Alex Hawkins going for the lead, the California winner.
Yeah, Hawkins second in the points, like you mentioned, running very, very well. So good run for the 92. This is not helping Roman Rahal, and I believe he's still towards the back as Rahal.
Yeah, let's find that 17 while Hawkins takes the race lead away as I pass over 17 by a huge margin there. 36th place right now, and how about our outside pole sitter running back here, Chris Washer?
Yeah, both the front row really tore the back of the field. Man, that is a tough break. And there's the 99 of us,
there for the 17.
Oh, man. By the way, what about Seth Cole and Trevor Meacham, the 2 drivers that are barely hanging into the top 10 spots?
Okay, well, let's see. Let's find the 31 first. Trevor Meacham, 36th right now on the racetrack. So right now, Betty Johnson would move into the top 10 in points, which is a great news for drivers like James Shelley, Preston Plore, Gabe Williams, Jake Davis, and Cassandra Renzi, who have just 1 win and needs one of these drivers like Johnson or Duncan to move up into the top 10.
Absolutely.
As I hear myself echoing.
Yes, I think that's Pollard's mic. Into this.
Seth Cole, 23rd quick right now.
Yeah, he's just ahead of a few trucks that are in the top 10.
Oh god, lag spike there.
Yeah, and that echoey mic that Pollard has. But right now, though, it's been a quiet but calm but good race.
Yeah, so far caution-free. Lap 20's on the board, so less than 10 to go already.
And there's Amy Shelley right there in the 55 we just passed. Wow, Amy Shelley. Fell back quite a bit, though. Now worked her way back up, but now falling back again.
I know the main reason why Shelley's in this series, trying to complete the clean sweep. Truck Series is the only series where Amy has not yet won.
I think she will do it, though. Give or take, just give her time.
Same for me.
Yeah, Chicagoland's where she got that first Cup win. This is a very similar track like we mentioned before.
But I think time's running out, though, because, you know, we're on lap 21 of 27. I think that's just too much.
Whoa, Hawkins is
Holy
back here.
cow.
So who's leading? It's actually Paul Swanson with a Jermaine 1-2.
And look who was in the 10th time at the time of the flag. That 54, who now just crossed the stripe in 9th place, started in 41st position, and is now up into trying to crack into the top 5 pretty soon.
Yeah.
How about James Shelley, Alex Perkle up here in the top 5? They were pushing their way through turns 1 and 2 there.
Ladies and gentlemen, miracles can happen.
Oh, absolutely.
As Brad Mojo moves into second, we haven't talked about him much all season. 31st in the points coming in to this race.
Yeah, Mojo in a very nice Pepsi Max truck right there for a Chevy. Very nice looking truck and running very, very well in the second spot, but he's got to deal with a good veteran right there of William Duncan, so If Mojo wants to get that rookie well-known win, he's got to do a lot to get around that 30 truck, because that truck has been up at the front for pretty much half the race.
And it's funny you mentioned the veteran, because Duncan's got a mirror full of rookies up here. Swanson, McCain, Perkle, Mojo. 4 rookies make the rest of the top 5 as Shelley 5th.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something, though. Hawkins fell back quite a ways. His last time scored in the 8th position.
Yeah, Stella just behind Preston Plord, one of the few Dodges in the field running up in the top 10.
Now trying to take 7th away from the 03.
And the 03's dropping like a rock.
Yeah, that's not good for Swanson.
Yeah, and at the wrong time, too, because this time there are 3 laps to go for William Duncan.
Duncan's got the crap.
Looking for his 3rd win of the season and his 3rd win of the Reebok Truck
Series. Here comes the 84
career.
to the inside for second.
Alex Perkle, one of Louviere's drivers.
And look at, there's the 13 again. That 13 truck has been really, really strong this race. Not really fell to the back, just hanging around that front the entire time. Give credit to McCain right there.
And I will say this, he comes into this race 30th in points, but just a couple of races ago, he was fighting with drivers like Kazuyoshi and Matthews to not be the one last in points. I mean, there's points where he's on the last page of the points at the end of these videos.
Yeah. Shelley.
Now they're battling.
Yeah.
James Shelley now coming up here.
And look at Plord again. That 54 has caught up to the 20 and the 75. Plord wants more than a 9th place finish. Or 8th place.
He's up in 8th right now. Hawkins now moving into, I think that's for 6th
that's
there.
5th.
On the
5th?
Yeah, it might be.
It is.
I think it actually is, yeah. 5th place now for Hawkins there in the 92.
That's not going to be good. Let's check one more time where Ray Hall's at, because... Oh, actually, flag lap, I believe.
Right flag, never mind then.
But...
Can Alex Perkle do anything for William Duncan here?
And Duncan's been having a really good time here at Kansas. He's been really strong out here. Coming into turn 3, Perkle is not making any types of move, and that may be all she wrote.
He could not win a race last season in 13, but as he comes off turn number 4, for the 3rd time this season, William Duncan will go to victory lane, this time at Kansas.
Did you just pick Duncan and win it?
No, I picked Swanson.
Oh, you picked Swanson?
I picked the wrong Jermaine driver.
Oh, tisk, tisk, tisk.
I picked the wrong Jermaine truck.
Okay. How about Plord, though? Started in 41st, finished 8th. That's a great run for Plord. And let's check where Ray Hall ended up finishing. This should be interesting, because we know Hawkins is probably going to get the points lead.
28th quick as they stack up. What the heck? Joe Davis just went around.
Great check just happened, and well then.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to cap off a day, isn't it?
Indeed. So 29th was Ray Hall, and I'll tell you something. 28th rather.
28th.
Excuse me. From what it looks like, that's a total of at least about 23 positions between each other.
That's way... Well, remember, this is even in the old system, so just all Hawkins needed was 2 spots.
Yeah, that was easy for Hawkins. So it looks like it's going to be at least by 100 points, maybe a little more than that, from between each other.
And it just depends on where drivers like P.J. Williams and Elijah Workman finished. See Williams down there in 21st. Elijah Workman ran up front for a good majority of the day, at least. But at the end of it...
Sosnowski Bolson ended up 17th.
Wow, Workman finished 31st. Where did he go? He was running up in the top 10 for a good portion of that.
Yeah, who knows? Cosmic Nova also finished towards the back. I saw...
Didn't Zachary Fitzwar start in the last row, too?
I believe... Yeah, Fitzwar started dead last. He ended up 12th.
Wow, great. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the battle for 10th. Look at the
difference.
difference.
They tied.
We're going to take a look at that.
No way. Let's see. Both of them are Dodges, right?
No, one's a Chevy, one's a Dodge.
Oh, boy. We got to do that NASCAR booth reveal. Uh-oh. That was a battle for the 10th position.
Oh! I clicked the wrong button.
Professionalism. Professionalism at its best. Yeah, right there. They're battling really hard right there for that position. Right there, the 42's got it. Let's get a little bit of an outside run, and then this is where the inside line gets a really not bad of a run, and I got to give credit to that Dodge. I really do, because what it is...
It's the Chevy that wins this battle, though.
You know what? It's really tough to call right there, but that looks dead even. I mean, we got to go... Hold on. go to rear chase, go to none, and go back. Maybe that would be the best thing to do. Because, well, let's see here. And, okay. That is going to be a very close call right there. I don't know. I think...
Wow.
I have to give it... Wow. I thought for a moment when you look at it from that angle, the 482 got it, but it looks like Amanda Shelley did get it. But they credited with the tie.
Shelley, and
Oh, this is
from
good.
TV2.
This is a good angle. Yeah, that's a... See, when I mentioned that, because look at the dodge. The dodge right there has a little bit of an extra splitter right there, because it gets more of a, you know...
Spectator is terrible, but dang. Wow, that is...
really...
That was for the 10th position.
Good credit, though.
So that's... Wow.
Pollard, what do you have to say? Who do you think got that one, honestly? Pollard? And he went away. Beautiful. But, man, that is just... I can't believe we caught that. Shit.
I can't believe I did either. So to go through the top 10 like I normally do, we had William Duncan win, Alex Perkle, Nathan McCain, James Shelley, Alex Hawkins, Kyle Collins, Brad Mojo, Preston Plord, Paul Swanson, and Amanda Shelley, barely over Jay Stella, apparently. For the 10th spot, just looking at this, it looks like maybe William Duncan, James Shelley might both be able to make it into the top 10, or at least maybe.
Possibly, and we got word
Duncan,
from Pollard. He missed out on the end. Beautiful.
Yeah, he had to go attend to something else going on. Seth Cole, 16th place finish for him, the 9th place guy in points. That might be enough to keep him in. I don't know. It's going to be close there.
Yeah, it is going to be really tight. You know what? Screw it. They both get the top 10. Both get it. They both get it. We're Jeff Gordoning this.
Is there any other good ones in the
We're
field
Jeff
there?
Gordoning this race. Oh, jeez. What am I saying? But it is safe to say, though, Alex Hawkins is going to be the points leader.
Yes, that is definite. We'll get a nice little photo here of this for the thumbnail. There we go. I shouldn't probably had finish on there, but oh well. Or the shouldn't have had the standings up, but oh well. So I guess since Pollard had to leave, Dylan Young, you will be the only one giving your final thoughts on today.
Oh, well, I'll tell you one thing. Final thoughts, especially being the first ever recorded NRSL race, I will have to say it was a very exciting race. No cautions, which really surprised me, but you know what? William Duncan, a well-respected driver in Arkansas and NRSL competition, and even in NSUA, is today's winner. What a good way to put it out, too, for Duncan. So congratulations on him one last time, and I got to give a big credit to Floor, definitely, who started 41st, rather. He ended up finishing in the 8th position. So congrats right there to Floor on a job well done. And like I mentioned, it is safe to say that Alex Hawkins is going to be the new points leader.
And so am I.
There you go. There's Pollard. Perfect timing.
Okay, Pollard's still here. Okay.
So other than that, I'm going to hand it over to Pollard.
It was a great race, a great finish. William Duncan out to the win, even though I fell out and almost missed my wonderful speed. We'll see with the next race. I'm going to be flying to Indianapolis now. So good win to Duncan. They shouldn't have passed, Mojo on with 2 laps to go. That screwed up the win for them, but it was a good race. Can't wait for the Nationwide and Cup races. Oh, the Grand National and the Cup race here. And we'll...
No, it is Nationwide.
Oh, it is Nationwide.
Yeah. It's going to be an all NRSL weekend for the commentary, possibly, too. So that'll be fun.
Well, we'll see. One final thought on the Duncan win. His 3rd win, also his 3rd top 5 of the season.
That's very good for Duncan.
So
that's really going to help
for
him.
keeping that.
He was 13th in the points, too, so that's really going to be interesting.
Well, the noteworthy part of that is 3 wins, 3 top 5s.
3-3.
The only time he's finished in the top 5, he's won.
I wouldn't be surprised if Duncan's number was car 33, which were Gabe Williams is that, ironically. Oh,
yeah,
well, then. That would have been funny if he finished in the 31st position, too.
I don't even know where Gabe finished today. Oh, well.
27th.
Oh, there he is.
I just said that.
Finishing like his
didn't see that.
Finishing like his cup ride.
I just said that.
Sorry about that. Well, so like you said, I can't even say it. But we'll be here at Kansas the entire weekend. A great truck race. Congrats to William Duncan.
Sub to our
We'll
channel.
see you guys later for the Hooters Nationwide Series and Coke Vanilla Cup Series from this race. We have the Casey Masterpiece, like 300, and the Lowe's 300 or something like that.
Yep.
It's Lowe's and Casey
I
Masterpiece.
believe Lowe's is
Yeah.
nationwide.
And here comes William Duncan to celebrate his win today, and he is on quite a hot streak. He has won 2 of the last 3 races here in the Reebok Truck Series, and he's ready to burn them down once again. Oh, well, got the wall a little bit. And I will say this, with his 3rd win of the season, I'm going to safely say that William Duncan will be part of the Season 2 chase for the Reebok Truck Series title here. And as he pulls it down into victory lane, we'll see you tomorrow.